Mataji, can I start for the introduction, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, sure. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज, ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज, ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज। Please accept my humble obeisances. This is Harita from Missouri City, Texas, welcoming all of you to this mid-morning session of Bhakti Sangha Japa group. I thank all of you for attending this session. May I know who all have joined the call?
Hare Krishna. Thank you for a warm welcome and thank you, Vardhana Mataji. For recitation, this is Preeti Dasi from Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Vilasni Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to your services, Mataji. Thank you for giving the service, Mataji. Please welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Is there anyone who wants to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna, Aditya Mataji, Dandvat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vardhana from Atlanta, Mataji. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to read Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj Mataji, all glories to your services to the group Mataji, and very nice recitation Mataji. Thank you for attending the session and welcome to the call Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandvat Pranam. So glories to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and all the assembled Vaishnavas. This is Kirtida Sundari.
Hare Krishna Kirtida Sundari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to your services and beautiful classes Mataji. Thank you for attending the session and thank you for giving today's class also. Please welcome to the class, to the call Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, glory to Srila Prabhupada. This is Neetu from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna Nitya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Thank you Mataji for attending every day without missing. Welcome to the call Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So let us move to our next session. So Mataji, you will be starting the recording, Mataji. Hare Krishna. I once again welcome all of you to Bhakti Sangha Japa Group conference call today, mid-morning session. So today's topic will be Shri Giriraj Govardhan Parikrama Day 2 and the speaker of the topic is Her Grace Kirtida Sundari Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. We are very fortunate to have your association and very fortunate to hear from you about Sri Govardhan Parikrama. Before handing over the call, Mataji, I would like to read Srila Prabhupada's quote, Mataji. Give me 1 second. Yeah. So it's October 31st. When pregnancy fails, it is due to the weakness of the male partner generally. Similarly, if we are full with Krishna vitality, then wherever we go, the audience will be impregnated with the Krishna consciousness. Letter to Shast Satswarupa, October 31st, 1969. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna Kirtida Sundari Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Please take over the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, and thank you so much, Harita Mataji. Thank you for your very, very warm welcome. Thank you, Vardhana Mataji, for the nice recitation of Bhagavad Gita. And thank you, dear listeners, for joining us. Really feel fortunate to be amidst all of you. like-minded devotees, the Sajatiya Sangha, with whom we can perform this Govardhan Parikrama. So thank you, all of you. So let's get started with our Mangalacharan prayers, and then we'll go ahead with our Parikrama. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathamritam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sagadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhamritamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shirade Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vancha Kalpatarupyascha Kripa Sindhu Vaja Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Guru Gaura Chandrai Radhika Tadale Krishna Krishna Bhakta Bhakta Namo Namo Anand Leela Maya Vigrahaya Hema Bhativya Chavi Sundarai Tasmai Mahaprema Rasapidai Chaitanya Chandrai Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandrai Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandrai Namaste Mukam Karoti Vachalam Bangam Langai Tegirim Yatkripahatam Ham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarina Paramananda Madhavam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you all so much for your very, very kind association. And I'll really seek all of your blessings so that I can speak something on this subject matter. And along with all of you, may perform this Govardhan Parikrama virtually, which is non-different in performing physically, because ultimately it's the matter of consciousness. So if our consciousness is in the parikrama, then it is non-different in performing physically the Govardhan, Shri Giriraj Govardhan Parikrama. So anybody remembers where we halted last week? The entire week we spent in that wonderful place where we stopped last Friday. Anyone remembers?
Mataji Radha Kund.
No, Radha Kund we started.
Yeah.
So where we stopped, and I told you that we... Go ahead, Sudhakar.
Chakreshwar temple?
Yeah, you can say Chakreshwar temple, but actually it was Srila Sanatan Goswami Bhajan Kutir. So that entire week we spent in Srila Sanatan Goswami's Bhajan Kutir, and from there we will move forward today. So this entire Giriraj Govardhan Parikrama, we'll divide it in 3 parts. It's a 3-part seminar. So first we did, I'll just go a quick recap. We started with Radha Kund, as Harita Mataji mentioned. We didn't discuss much pastimes of Radha Kund. That we will discuss once we are back, because Giriraj Parikrama is performed once. From where we start, we have to end there. So we'll end at Radha Kund because we started at Radha Kund. From Radha Kund, it's 2 kilometers away. We moved to Kusum Sarovar. And then we saw Mukrai. Mukrai is not the part of Govardhan Parikrama, but it's little off. But we discussed because the Kusum Sarovar pastime was related to Mukrai. When Radharani lost her bangles, we went to Mukrai, to her maternal grandmother's place, that is Mukhara Devi, where she was scolded. But then she returned back, came to Kusum Sarovar to find her bangles, and she cried profusely, because of which the entire Sarovar was created. And finally, our Vanmali Krishna, he was disguised and he came and he gave those bangles to Srimati Radharani. But taking those bangles, she was very happy. Finally, Krishna decorated our Srimati Radharani, and this is Radha Ban Bihari, where Krishna decorated Srimati Radharani, braided her hairs, and also put those lotus kusuma flowers in her braids. Radharani was in the mirror, she was not seeing herself, but she was seeing her Shyam Sundar decorating her hairs. This Radha Ban Bihari presently is under ISKCON. Then we went to Uddhav Bhaitak, where all the queens of Dwarka got enlightened and achieved perfection of their life by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from Sri Uddhav Ji. We went to Narad Kund, where we saw that Narad Muni meditated because he also wants to participate in Rasa Leela. And then Vrinda Devi told Narad Muni that you have to take dip in Kusum Sarovar. And as soon as Narad Muni took dip in Kusum Sarovar, he came as Naradiya Gopi. Then he got to participate in Rasa Leela. And Narad Kund, Narad Muni wrote his Narad Bhakti Sutras. Then we moved to Charan Pahadi, Shamakutir, where we saw this Krishna's lotus footprints, which are still there. Then we moved to Ratna Kund, where we saw that how Krishna, in the form of Giriraj Shila, there are already so many Ratnas that are there, embedded in the Shila itself. And then we came to Sham Tamal tree and Shamavan, where we saw they are intermingling, these two trees are intertwining as if Radharani and Krishna, they are embracing. And from this Shamavan, actually, we can see Shri Giriraj Govardhan. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, when he came, he saw Shri Giriraj Govardhan. And to one of the Shila, he embraced that Shila of Shri Giriraj Govardhan, and he cried profusely in ecstasy because he was also doing that parikrama. We'll try to follow the path of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only. We came to Panchatirtha Kund, and then we came to Chakreshwar Mahadev. Right after Chakreshwar Mahadev, we spent some time in Srila Sanatan Goswami Bhajan Kutir. And we saw that how Srila Sanatan Goswami was gifted this Govardhan Giriraj Shila by Krishna himself, because Sanatan Goswami was daily performing this Govardhan Shila, and that to the outer one, which is the longer one. And he was above 90 years. And Krishna said that, oh, Gosain, it's enough. You don't have to do every day this Govardhan Parikrama. Then Krishna himself gifted this Shila to Srila Sanatan Goswami, on which there are marks of Krishna's lotus footprint, calf's hoof print, Krishna's stick with which he herd the cows and calves, and Krishna's flute. And Krishna told that whosoever performs 4 times the parikrama of this Shila will be equivalent to one Giriraj Shila, Giriraj Govardhan Shila, Giriraj Govardhan Parikrama. This Shila is right now present in Shila Radha Damodar temple. So we stopped at Srila Sanatan Goswami Bhajan Kutir. And for an entire week, we were with Srila Sanatan Goswami, with Chakreshwar Mahadev. And we spent our entire week in Sanatan Goswami's Bhajan Kutir. From here onwards, we seek blessings from Shri Giriraj Ji, and we'll move forward. नमस्ते गिरिराजाय श्री गोवर्धन नामिने अशेष क्लेश नाशाय परमानंददायिने. So now we came to Manasi Ganga. So when we discussed this previous classes, we went from Panchatirtha Kund, and I said that from Panchatirtha Kund, actually devotees directly go to Manasi Ganga. But because with Manasi Ganga, there were many few temples that were supposed to be covered, we took a detour little bit, not too much, because they are very near, hardly few meters here and there. And we straight away went to Chakreshwar Mahadev, took blessings of Mahadev to move forward with our Govardhan Parikrama. And then we saw Srila Sanatan Goswami Bhajan Kutir, and today now we will land to Manasi Ganga. So Manasi Ganga, we all know, we'll just understand first the appearance of Manasi Ganga. So Manas, we all know, mind. Ganga that came out from the mind of Lord Shri Krishna. The once what happened that Krishna and Balram, along with his cowherd friends, they were tending the cows in the pasture grounds of Shri Giraj Govardhan. Then at that time, a demon, and his name was Vatsasur. Vatsasur came, and Vatsasur was disguised in the form of a calf. He came with the evil intention of killing Krishna on the order of Kamsa Maharaj. Then what he did, he mingled among all the calves of Lord Shri Krishna. However, Krishna understood that this calf is little different. This calf is like a demon disguised in a form of a cow. So he gave the hint to Balaram. He warned Balaram that somehow this calf looks different. And then finally, Krishna understood that this is a demon, Vatsasura, who came in the form of a calf. So what he did, he grabbed the back legs of that calf, he whipped him around, and with great force, he threw him to a nearby tree. Immediately, the demon, because of the force with which Lord Krishna threw him, that demon immediately gave up his life and fell dead on the ground. Cowherd boys, they were very enthusiastic and they congratulated Krishna for killing. But however, they told Krishna that demon, though you killed a demon, but that demon was in a form of a calf. So killing a calf is a sinful thing and you have performed a sinful action. So what you do, you have to purify yourself by bathing yourself in river Ganga. Now, Krishna, and of course, the cowherd boys also don't want Krishna to leave Vraja. And at that time, Vraja had only what? Yamuna Devi. There was no Ganga in Vraj. So Krishna said that, what should I do? Do you want me to leave Vraj and go and take bath in Ganga? And the cowherd boy says, actually, we don't want you to leave, but there is no option. You have to purify yourself. And the only way to purify yourself is that you have to take dip in Ganga. Krishna then meditated, and from his mind, river Ganga manifested in front of everybody. And that river is what is known as Manasi Ganga. So Manasi Ganga manifested from the mind of Krishna. And then finally, Krishna took bath, and all the cowherd boys and Krishna, they sported in Manasi Ganga, and they all felt very happy. Then once what happened, Nanda Maharaj also wanted to go to a pilgrimage. So Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Maharani, they heard a wonderful story about the glories of river Ganga. They heard that Garuda, who is the carrier of Lord Vishnu, he once captured the snake. He once captured the snake in his claws, and he was flying over river Ganga. And while he was flying over river Ganga, somehow the tail of that snake accidentally touched the water of Ganga. Immediately what happened, the snake, it changed into four-armed Vishnu form. And that same Garuda who was carrying snake in his claws, now because this snake has taken the form of a four-handed personality, the same Garuda took that Narayan form on his back and carried him straight towards Vaikuntha. So hearing this wonderful story and the potency of taking bath in Ganga, all the Vrajavasis, along with Nand Maharaj and Yashoda, they also decided to go to a pilgrimage yatra and go to a journey where they can go and take bath in river Ganga. Krishna was informed about this plan. And of course, Krishna hesitated. Nanda Maharaj also know that Krishna is just a small child. He'll not understand the potency of river Ganga. But Krishna still keep on insisting to Nand Baba that you have to tell where you are planning and why you are going. And finally, in front of all the Vrajavasis, Nand Maharaj told Krishna that we are going to take bath. Then Krishna immediately brought Nand Maharaj to the shore of Manasi Ganga, and he said that here is river Ganga and you can take bath here. Ganga Mata is here. So then all the inhabitants of Vrindavan, they saw river Ganga, they offered their obeisances, and finally they took bath in Manasi Ganga. So these are the two pastimes that describes the appearance of Manasi Ganga. Also, we know that when Radha Kund was there, when Shama Kund was created, then Srimati Radharani wants to create her own kunda with her own bangles, and she digged a small hole, and then it has to be filled with water. Then Radharani and all the maidservants of her, they all were going to the same Manasi Ganga to carry water of pots. They were carrying a lot of pots of water, and they came to fill up that place which they have digged it with their own bangles. So that time also this point of Manasi Ganga comes in picture. So they went to Manasi Ganga to bring a lot of water in their pots. But finally, Krishna told that how long will it take for you? You will go bring the pots, fill that with that water. There is no point. So you can directly take water from my kunda. But we know that how Radharani first refused, and then all the rivers on the order, on the instructions of Krishna, they requested Srimati Radharani that please give us the opportunity to fill your kunda also. And finally, all the rivers, all the oceans, they filled up this Radha Kund. And finally, Srimati Radharani was very happy. And Krishna said that actually this Radha Kund will be more dear to me than my own kunda. So that time also, this pastime of Manasi Ganga comes in. There is another very beautiful pastime that comes, that once Srimati Radharani with the gopis, they came to Manasi Ganga with their pots of yogurt, and they have a lot of milk preparations, and they want to cross. Why they want to cross? Because they have to go to Govind Kund, which is on the other side. There was some yagna that was performed. So they have to go to that Govind Kund to give all this ghee, butter, and then sweet offerings. So at that time, they have to cross this Manasi Ganga. Manasi Ganga was huge at that time, huge. Right now, Manasi Ganga is not that huge, but at that time, Manasi Ganga was huge. So they have to cross this river. And Krishna, he disguised himself as boatman. And he said, "Oh, I am going to take you I'm going to take you across in this boat, so you can come and sit. But the only thing is that you have to pay some toll." So the gopis said, finally they all agreed to ride, but they bargained over the price. Finally, they settled with some price, with some sweet and some butter. So Krishna said that now you have to feed me. So they all started giving all their milk products. And Krishna says, see, if you don't feed me now properly, whatever was decided as a price in the start, forget it. Now you have to feed me sumptuously. Nicely you have to feed me, because if you won't feed me, then I won't have strength to row the boat further. So what happened? The Lord ate lot of sweets, lot of butter, lot of yogurt. And then because of eating too much, he thought that now is the time to take a nap. So he told all the gopis, along with Srimati Radharani, that I'm feeling tired. And he was amidst Manasi Ganga only. So he said, now you have to massage my arms, my legs. So then only I will be able to row the boat further. So they all agreed, and they were massaging his arms, his legs. And then finally they told Krishna that it's enough now. Okay, you have to get up and you have to row the boat, because we have to reach on the other side timely. So Krishna started. Then Krishna said, see, now looks like the boat is getting heavier. So what you have to do is you have to throw everything that you have in your pots. You have to throw everything along with the pots. You have to throw in Manasi Ganga. And they said, because he said, otherwise it's impossible. So you have to save your life, or you have to save your things. So now when the question come of life, naturally all the gopis said, okay, whatever, we'll throw everything and we will go to that yagna place and we'll apologize and we'll say it was hard for us to come, and we'll blame you only. So Krishna says, whatever you have to decide. So finally, they throw everything in the river, this Manasi Ganga. And then Krishna rode a little bit, and then he said, still this boat is getting so heavy. Now looks like you have to throw all your jewelry, and then you have to throw all your clothes. So when Krishna said about this clothes, then all these gopis understood that this boy is, he is not an ordinary boatman. So he said that you keep on rowing, otherwise we will throw you in this river Ganga. You are telling us to throw our jewelry and all our clothes. No, we are not going to do it. Rather, we will throw you. So better keep on rowing. Finally, Krishna was rowing the boat, and then, as per his desire, there was a storm that arose in amidst Manasi Ganga, and that started rocking the boat. And all the gopis, they were so frightened, and Srimati Radharani also got so frightened that in that situation, what she did, she put her arms around that boatman. As soon as she put her arms around that boatman, she realized that this boatman is none other than her own beloved Shyama Sundar. Finally, all the gopis also came to know, and they had this blissful pastime in that boat pastime in Manasi Ganga. So this is, we see that how Srimati Radharani is embracing Krishna, and all the gopis, they are assisting in Radha and Krishna's pastimes. So this also happened in Manasi Ganga. So now in Manasi Ganga, we also take bath when we go. If not, at least we should sprinkle some water on our head, and then we should start our journey in order to purify ourselves. So normally devotees don't take bath. At least when we went 2-3 times, we didn't take bath. We just sprinkled some water on us in order to purify ourselves, and then we continued our journey. So then what happened is, after Manasi Ganga, very near to that place is Mukut Mukharavind. Mukut Mukharavind is a small temple. I should say not very small, but not very famous temple. So when we went with the yatra, they didn't take us to Mukut Mukharavind. So what happened is, when Krishna he lifted Govardhan Hill after everything got settled and Govardhan was kept back. At that time, Govardhan's mukut fell at this place. So this is known as Mukut Mukharavind. And Krishna then ordered that every day Abhishek should be performed with the same water of Manasi Ganga. So it is very near to Manasi Ganga, this Mukut Mukharavind, and till date, every day the Abhishek ceremony happens with the waters of river Ganga to this Mukut of Shri Giriraj Govardhan. So this Mukut, we know that actually, see, the entire Govardhan is in the form of a peacock, but that peacock, his face is inwards, his beak is inward like this. Okay, so his face is here, and like face goes inside. Okay, that's the mouth of peacock. But here the mukut is there. So that's why Mukut Mukharavind is different. And Mukharvind, where Govardhan accepts the food offerings, that comes in Jatipura. That we will see in our last session. That is the next session that we'll do. That time we will see Mukharvind. So don't get confused. That is a Mukharvind, because peacock, it's inward, right? So this place where he accepts the food offerings, it's inside, and it comes in Jatipura on the way back to Govardhan. When you turn from, because you take a U-turn, right? And you go back to same place, Radhakund, from where you start. So on the way back comes the place Jatipura, where is Mukharvind. Okay, but this is because it is like this. So the Mukut fell at this place, and that is what is known as Mukut Mukharvind. After this, in Manasi Ganga and Mukut Mukharvind only, the same place, they are very, very near to each other, is the temple of Haridev, is Haridev Mandir. That's also a very, very beautiful mandir. And according to Mathura Mahatmya, it is being said also by Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that when we perform this Govardhan Parikrama Yatra, at that time we should bathe in Manasi Ganga. If not bathe, then at least purify ourselves by the waters of Manasi Ganga. And then we should see Lord Haridev before beginning their Govardhan Parikrama. So it's a narrow pathway of a red sandstone. This temple is made up of red sandstone. So you see, this is the temple. Previously, the temple was like this. It was 7 stories. Okay, so this 7-story temple was there, and actually there is a story which, just on a side note, I will tell you that Dwadasha Tila, when Kaliya pastime happened, then Dwadasha, the Adityas, they came to dry Shri Krishna. So that Dwadasha Tila, it's very high, very high. So at Dwadasha Tila, there would be a lamp. That 24 hours, 365 days, that lamp will be lit. Aurangzeb, who was in Delhi at that time, a Muslim ruler, he used to see from his palace, from his fort, he used to see this this lamp burning on Dwadasha Tila. So he would think that how is it possible that some story, some building is higher than my palace? So he couldn't digest this. So he ordered all his soldiers to go and break that story, that building. And at that time, when they came, the Muslim rulers came. So along with that Dwadasha Tila, they broke that Dwadasha Tila, and also they broke this Haridev temple. So it was also 7-story high, but they broke this, and today it is only this much that we see. Very beautiful deity of Govardhan Giridhari. This deity is in the form of Giridhari, who is lifting Shri Giriraj Govardhan. So this Haridev temple is very near to Manasi Ganga, and it has been explained that the temple, Haridev deity is a Swayambhu deity. Okay, it appeared on its own, but that temple was built by Vajrana, Krishna's great grandson. Okay, so it has been explained that this Vajranab, he built many temples, 4 temples he built. Okay. So 4 grand temples were constructed by by Vajranab. So one was Govindadev at Vrindavan, then Haridev temple at Manasi Ganga, then there is another Baladev temple in Mahavan, one of the 12 forests, and Keshav Dev temple was also built by Vajranab in Mathura. So one is in Vrindavan, one is in Govardhan, one is in Mahavan, and another is in Mathura. So these 4 temples were personally constructed by Vajranab, and Haridev is one of them, which is in Govardhan. So this Haridev temple is very, very ancient temple and very beautiful deity. Even it has been explained that when Mahaprabhu came and he was performing this Govardhan Parikrama. He came to Manasi Ganga, he took bath, and then he went straight to Haridev temple to see Haridev. And Srila Krishnadas Goswami explains that as soon as Mahaprabhu saw Haridev, he became so ecstatic that he started dancing. Prema matta chali aila Govardhana grama, Harideva dekhita haila pramana. Pranama. So what Mahaprabhu did is, he was performing Govardhan Parikrama. He came to Manasi Ganga, took bath, and finally, as soon as he saw Haridevji, he immediately offered his obeisances. And it has been explained in Mathura Mahatmya that Mathura Padmera Paschima Dale Yara Vasa Harideva Narayana Adi Prakasha. That Haridev is actually, it's a Swayambhu deity and it's an incarnation of Lord Narayan. And it is situated on the western petal of the lotus of Mathura. हरिदेवा आगे नाचे प्रेम मत्ता हया सभा लोके देखित आइला आश्चर्य सुनिया. So Mahaprabhu, he immediately became mad in ecstasy after seeing Lord Haridev, and he started dancing. Haridev आगे नाचा प्रेम मत्ता हया. प्रेम मत होके, प्रेम में उन्मत्त होके Mahaprabhu was dancing before the deity of Haridev. And hearing the Lord's wonderful activities, Lord means Mahaprabhu's wonderful activities, all the people nearby, they came. And at that time, Mahaprabhu announced that one should take darshan of Haridev, and then only the parikrama of Govardhan starts. Actually, we started long back from Radha Kund. But it is like last time I gave you the example that when you enter into a school, school starts at 7 o'clock, right? So when we say that we go to school at 7 o'clock or 7:30, whatever, but then there are some, we all gather together, then certain prayers, some assemblies are there, we offer our prayers, and then we are dispersed to our classrooms. So the school starts at 9 o'clock. But otherwise, the school bell rings sharp at 7 or 7:30, whatever it is. So similarly, Govardhan Parikrama, though it starts from Sri Radha Kund only, but Haridev becomes the Sakshi. The actual classroom is Haridev, Lord Haridev. He becomes the Sakshi that, yes, we give our attendance. In the first period, what happens in our school, in our first classroom, the teacher takes our attendance. School started at 7 o'clock, 7:30. But the attendance happens in the first classroom, right? Similarly, this Haridev, Lord Haridev is like giving our attendance that, yes, we are here and we are performing Shri Govardhan Parikrama, so please bless us. So therefore, it is very, very important that we should go to Haridev temple. We should take bath or dip or at least sprinkle some water from Manasi Ganga, purify ourselves, take darshan of Haridev temple, give our attendance that we are here, and then move forward with our Govardhan Parikrama. So this is also being guided by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then, after taking darshan and giving our attendance to Lord Haridev, then we move forward to Brahma Kund. So this Brahma Kund, I've shown you this picture, and this is the Shila that is there in Brahma Kund. But if we go back, then I'll show you from Manasi Ganga only. I'll show you where is this Brahma Kund. It's a very small kund. Yeah, see, this is Manasi Ganga, and here you see this kund, right? This is what is Brahma Kund, and this is the Haridev temple. So this is Manasi Ganga, and then it is very near to Manasi Ganga is this Brahma Kund. And that I have enlarged and taken a separate picture of this Brahma Kund. This is Brahma Kund, okay? So what happens is Brahma Kund is next to Manasi Ganga only. And even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after taking darshan of Haridev, Lord Haridev, he need to spend his night because already it was night time. He doesn't want to continue the Govardhan Parikrama. So he stayed overnight, and he stayed in this temple, in this Brahma Kund. He stayed in that temple, and then no, not in Brahma Kund. He stayed in Haridev temple only. But next day, Balbhadra Bhattacharya was accompanying Mahaprabhu. At that time, he cooked lunch prasad at Brahma Kund. So Mahaprabhu then bathed in this Brahma Kund in the morning, and finally he took his lunch prasadam there. Even Shri Krishnadas Goswami also mentions in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhattacharya Brahma Kunde Paka Yaya Kaila. So he cooked bhojan, and Brahma Kunda Snana Kari Prabhu Bhiksha Kaila. So whatever was cooked by Balbhadra Bhattacharya was honored by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu after he took bath in Brahma Kund the next day. Now, what is this Brahma Kund? It has been described then that when this entire Govardhan pastime was over, Indra came, right? And he bathed Lord Sri Krishna. At that time, it has been explained that Brahma also bathed Lord Krishna. And then Brahma, what he did, he collected the water after bathing Krishna, and then in that water is what was collected by Lord Brahma, is what is Brahma Kund. So it has been explained, matlab, like there is a manyata, it is a thought process of all the Vrajvasis that Lord Brahma permanently resides at this place in Brahma Kund. Okay, and of course, our Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also rested. And it is also explained that before Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Chaitanya Bhagavat explains, right? And that before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, Nityananda Prabhu came. Before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started his Sankirtan, Nityananda Prabhu was wandering around all over India. So he came to Vrindavan. Okay, for 12 years he spent in Vrindavan. And when he came to this Vrindavan for pilgrimage yatra, he also rested here in Brahma Kund. So it's a very nice place, and devotees, they normally go to Brahma Kund, take darshan, and then they go forward. So after this Brahma Kund comes our Danghati. So we know this beautiful pastime of Danghati Mandir also. So Danghati is the place where taxes were collected. So Danghati is a pass actually to cross and go to the other side of Govardhan Hill. So this place is also on the top of Govardhan Hill, and it is considered to be the narrow stretch of a peacock's neck. Okay, so peacock is in this shape. So that narrow stretch, that stretch of a neck of a peacock neck is where is this Danghati. So there also the gopis, they were carrying this stock of milk, butter, cheese, and some sweetmeats, and they were going to the other side of Govardhan. So they have to cross this Danghati. So all these gopis, they were going to give this offerings for some sacrifice. And at that time, Krishna, along with the other cowherd boys, such as Sridham, Madhumangal, and Sudama, they came and blocked their way. And they said to the gopis that you have to pay the tax. And Gopi said, how it's possible? Like, who are you? Why we have to give tax to you? And he said that I am the king of Raja, and I am the one who has been appointed as a tax collector. So I will take tax from you. And the gopis, they tried to go away without paying tax, but eventually they were forced to give little items. And of course, Srila Rupa Goswami described this in great detail, this tax giving pastime in his Dan Keli Kaumudiki. Kaumudi, Dan Keli Kaumudi. It's a very beautiful book in which he describes this pastime of Krishna collecting tax from the gopis. Now, the Vrajavasis, when you go there, the Vrajavasis also say, so this is how, see, Krishna is collecting tax from the gopis. It's a very narrow road. And of course, because the road is narrow, the gopis cannot go without giving tax to Krishna and all his cowherd friends. Now it has been explained when you go to this place, the Vrajavasis, they explain that in your life, it's like, again, it's their thinking, like if in entire life, if you have promised someone to give some dan, to give some charity, but because of XYZ reasons, you are not able to give that dan. And either you are not able to give, or to whom you are supposed to give is no more there to whom you can give your dan. So it's the dan, it's the charity that you have pledged for. But if you are unsuccessful, or you are not being able to do because of some genuine reasons, not because of taking excuse of not giving charity, but because of some genuine reasons, you are not able to give that charity which you have promised or you have pledged, or the person to whom you have pledged is no more to accept that charity, or whatever the reason is, then this is the place, this Dan Ghati, you come and you give Dakshina. And it has been explained by the Vrajvasis that all the rin, all the debt that you have of not giving the charity, it is nullified. So this is the place of Dan Ghati. You come and you promise whatever you have pledged, you can give it here and to this temple, and then you are like ऋण मुक्त हो जाते हो, means the entire debt is nullified if you go to this place and give whatever charity you can. So after this Dana Ghati, then you have to walk a little bit. Okay, then it's a straight walk and you can walk. We are still on the internal road only. Govardhan is right in front of us and we go. The sand is very soft, to an extent that you can roll in that ground. In that place, you can roll and you will find lot of Rajvasis, lot of Babajis who are just sitting in some shelter place. And if you bow down to them, even if you don't pay, they are not there to beg some money from you. Even if you just pay your obeisances or touch their lotus feet, they will profusely bless you. They are the true Vrajvasis who are there in this Parikrama mark of Shri Giriraj Govardhan. And externally, if you see, you will see very shabby looking person, because what they are totally remembering is Krishna's name. They are not worried about the money. They are not worried about their livelihood. They are not worried about their bread and butter. Nothing. Whatever is there now. They are holding on to the name of Lord Shri Krishna, and whole day they are chanting in that small hut or a cottage thing that they made. And you'll see a lot of Rajvasis there, and then you can touch their lotus feet. If you feel like, you can give some donation, and you seek a lot of blessings also from them. And then from this Dan Ghati to next step, that is Anior, the sand is very soft, extremely soft. Even if you are wearing shoes, make sure that you remove your shoes and you should walk barefoot at least in this stretch of land. It's very soft and it's always good even to roll. Like, don't feel shy about it, but start rolling in that ground. You'll feel immense happiness when you roll. And especially when you go with other devotees, they keep on throwing the dust of Vrindavan on you. So you would literally bathe in that dust of Vrindavan, of Govardhan, right? It's very, very nice experience you have. And I remember when I went, not with the yatra, but with my family members, we all went. Some relatives were also there with us. At that time, I had this desire, because the sand is very, very soft. So I had this desire to take Vrajraj with me. And, the Prabhu who was there with us, the guide, he said, no. He said, Maya, no, you cannot take Vrajraj, because this is Govardhan's Vrajraj and you cannot take it on your own. Okay, so if some Vrajvasis give you, personally gives you, then you can accept it. Otherwise, you should not take Vrajraj, at least from this Govardhan Parikrama marg. So I was thinking, like, this is so nice. And we were rolling in that place. And I thought, no, okay, whatever. So he didn't allow us. So I was just praying that, what is this? I want to take. And now this Prabhu is not letting me take. So we were walking and suddenly we found one Vrajvasi was there. And he came and we touched his lotus feet. We gave some dakshina. And then Rajvasi, and we started walking. We just paid obeisances and he just blessed us, and then we started walking. And then from behind he said, Maya, he just said, Maya, Vrajraj leke jarur jana. And I was shocked, like in Hindi, in Braj Bhasha, he said. So in English means that don't forget to take Vrajraj from this place. And that Prabhu who was stopping me to take, he immediately turned around and he came and he said, अब तुमने बोला है बाबा तो अपने हाथों से ही दे दो मैया को. Means you yourself have said to take Vrajraj, so why don't you give it by your own hands? So he said, of course, why not? And he took and he gave it in my hand. And I was so happy to take that Vrajraj. I still remember so nicely. I remember this and that how nicely he gave that Vrajraj in my hands. And then we collected. We had nothing in, like no bag, nothing. But there was a small poly bag that was also lying there only. And it was a broken poly bag, means it was not in a good shape. But what we did it, we just opened it nicely. We collected Rajraj there and we collected and we took it with us. So this is how we were fortunate enough to get the Vrajraj from Govardhan, this place only, after Danghati to Aniyo, that stretch. Okay, finally coming back. Sorry, I took a little extra time. Okay, now coming back to Aniyor. So now we come to this village Aniyor. Srimad Bhagavatam explains, Krishnastu anyatamam rupam gopa vishrambhanam gataha shailo smiti shailo asmi iti bruvan bhuri balim adat brahad vapu. So what it means is that Krishna, it has been said that Krishna himself, Krishnastu anyatam rupam, Krishna himself took another form. What form he took and why he took? He took that form, Gopa Vishrambhan Gata, so that he can generate the faith in all the cowherd men. What form he took? Shailo Asmi. Krishna, there he took the form of Shaila, of a mountain, and there he announced, Shailo Asmi Bhuvan Bhuri. Bhuvan means he called out, he said in a very loud voice, Shailo Asmi, that I am Govardhan. So Krishna himself took this form. Balim adat vrbhadvapu. Balim means in a very abundantly, in a strong way. Adat actually means he devour everything. But in a very pleasing sense, it says that Krishna then assumes the unprecedented huge form to instill faith or confidence, Vishrambhana, in the cowherd men, declaring that I am that Govardhan mountain, Shailavasmiti Bhuvan Bhuri, Balim Adat Brihad Vapu. He ate the abundant offerings. So actually, he devoured everything. So at this place, Aniyor is the place, that how Annakut ceremony was performed. Indra Puja was obstructed. Govardhan Puja was celebrated by Nand Maharaj and all the Vrajvasis, and they prepared lot of food offering, and everything was brought to Govardhan. And Krishna took the form of Shri Giriraj Govardhan and ate everything. The mountains of puris, the laddus, sweets, huge pots of vegetable preparations. There were sweet rice, yogurt, milk preparations, everything was offered to Giriraj. And Krishna, in the form of Giriraj, accepted everything. And then we know that what he called out after that, when he said, then he said that Anior means Anior means or leke aao, bring me more, bring me more. So this way, he was calling out to all the Brajvasis that this offering is not enough. Bring me more, bring me more. Ani or. Anna is the grain. Or means or lekera, an or lekera. So ani or, he started shouting. And from that day, this place itself is known as Aniyor. This village is known as Aniyor. So now you see that you start walking, right? You walk and Giriraj is on to the right. The more you walk, you come to this village, Aniyor. Okay, so here if you see, if you keep on walking straight, then the point comes where you are walking on Giriraj. So here you are not walking on Giriraj, you are walking on the side of Giriraj. But Aniyor is a place where then you start walking on Giriraj. So therefore, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is recommended for us that we should not go this route. Okay, we should take a little detour. We should not enter into this Aniyor village, because once you enter, then you are on Govardhan. There is no other way. You have to walk on Govardhan, and then only you can continue your parikrama. People do walk. We have seen a lot of people walking. And if accidentally you are on that path, then make sure that you are barefoot. Because now you are on Govardhan. You are walking on Govardhan Shilas. Okay, and we don't have that right, no eligibility whatsoever of walking on Shri Giraj Govardhan. So the devotees, just to be on the safer side, they go and they see Anior village. We pay our obeisances from outside only. We don't enter the village, but there is a place where it says Anior Gram starts, the gram, the village starts. So we pay the obeisances there only, and we don't enter that village, and we take the side route and we do detour and we go from the outer side. So this is what is Anior. So after this Anior comes a Sankarshan Kund. Sankarshan we know that is another name of Lord Balaram. So this is the great Murti, the Vigraha, and this is the same Vigraha of Lord Sankarshan. So Sankarshan Kund is actually in Anior only. And this Kund is named after Lord Krishna's elder brother, Dauji, Baldau. His name is Sankarshan. So Vajranam, the great grandson, he found this Kund actually. And there is a very beautiful deity also. And Garga Samhita explains that anybody who takes a dip in this kunda gets released from all the past sins which have been incurred in this material world. So again, we went to this kund, to Sankarshan Kund, but we didn't take bath. We just sprinkled some water on our head and we drank some water and then we moved forward. So it's okay. You can take bath or you can sprinkle water, but it is in Garga Samhita, it has been explained that anyone who takes a dip in this kunda, he gets relieved from one's all past sins that has been incurred in this material world. After this, we come to Gauri Kund. So this is also a very, very beautiful kunda. Very, very beautiful kund. And you see here that how Krishna is in the form of Gauri, Mother Parvati, right? And Srimati Radharani is worshipping Krishna in the form of Gauri. So what happened is that we know the Yavat, Radharani, Srimati Radharani was with her husband Abhimanyu, Jatila, her mother-in-law, and Kutila, her sister-in-law. They were from Yavat. So at that time, Abhimanyu was thinking that Srimati Radharani, she is spending a lot of time with Krishna. So Abhimanyu's thought, one day he was walking down and he met Purnamasi. So he told Purnamasi that I have decided to move to Mathura forever. Why? Because I feel that Srimati Radharani is spending a lot of time with Krishna, which I don't like. So it's better for me to take her out of Mathura. Now, Purnamasi, she is actually Yogamaya. And she is the one who orchestrates all the pastimes of meetings of Radha and Krishna, even when Radharani was married. So Purnamasi said that, no. Why you are doing? Don't take any decision in haste. You should let Srimati Radharani worship goddess Gauri at Gauri Kund. There is a very beautiful goddess Gauri there. So you should send Radharani to Gauri Kund, and with the blessings of Gauri Kund, she will be more chaste towards you and she'll forget Krishna. So Abhimanyu said, okay, I can take this as a chance, and I will not go to Mathura. I will first let Srimati Radharani worship Gauri Devi, goddess Gauri, Parvati Devi, and let her worship so that she forgets Krishna. So Srimati Radharani was allowed and she immediately went. She went to Gauri Kund, and there what happened? Krishna came. He came and he met Srimati Radharani. Now Radharani said, no way, I have to go to Gauri Kund. I cannot stay here. I cannot meet you. I cannot talk to you. I have to go to Gauri Kund. I have to worship Gauri. This is an order of Abhimanyu. And this news also spread. It came to the ears of Abhimanyu and to his mother and sister that Srimati Radharani is with Krishna. So Purnamasi said, well, this is all. He went to Purnamasi and Purnamasi said, this is all rumors. Why don't you go and personally go to Gaurikund and see? So he immediately went along with Jatila and Kutila. He went and he saw that, he heard actually that Krishna is with Srimati Radharani. So they came to this temple. And as soon as they came to the temple, Krishna was dressed up as the deity of Gauri. And he stood right in front of the deity, and Radharani was worshipping Gauri. That is, she was worshipping Krishna. So Abhimanyu, Jatila entered that place, and they saw Srimati Radharani is worshipping actually Devi Gauri, but she was worshipping Lord Krishna. So Abhimanyu, then he offered his prayers. So Vrinda Devi said that, what is your prayer? So he said that I want to get relief from this burden. So the prayer was to relieve me from this any kind of burden. So Krishna said, what burden you have? So he said, my only burden is that Srimati Radha, that Radharani always meets with Krishna. So I have decided to take her to Mathura. So that Krishna, who is in the Gauri deity, he spoke. If you decide to go to Mathura and take Srimati Radharani out of Vrindavan, then Kamsa Maharaj will kill you. He will cut off your head and you will die tomorrow. So as soon as Abhimanyu heard this, he said, no, please save me. I don't want to die. So Gauri Devi said, that can only be possible if you let Srimati Radharani stay here and let her come daily to worship me. So Abhimanyu finally agreed. And of course, that Gauri is Lord Shri Krishna. He is the only one who asked Abhimanyu that he should allow Srimati Radharani to come daily. So Abhimanyu was also very happy, and he promised never to take Srimati Radharani out of Vrindavan, and he cancelled all his plans to move to Mathura, and also allowed Srimati Radharani to come to this Gauri Kund every day. So Radharani, along with her Sakhis, they used to come to Gauri Kund, not to worship Gauri, but to meet Lord Shri Krishna. So this is the Gauri Kund, and then we cross this Gauri Kund and we come to the place which is known as Gopal Prakatasthali. Okay, just excuse me for this picture. I don't have any other picture. So couldn't find. So I took this, but this Prabhu is there who is talking on phone. I cannot edit it. But this is a very beautiful deity of Gopalji. Okay. Now, this temple, Gopal Prakatasthali, this temple is on Govardhan. Okay, so we don't go to this temple because we cannot step on Govardhan. So from down only we pay our obeisances. So what is the pastime of Gopal Prakatasthali? We all know, but I'll just repeat that this is about the pastime of Madhavendra Puri. So Shri Madhavendra Puri, he bathed in Govind Kund, and his kutir, his bhajan kutir was also in near Govind Kund only. So that we will come later. But here we have this Gopal Prakatasthali. So what happened when Madhavendra Puri was meditating? So he had that Ajgar Vritti, right? He was Paramhamsa. And he has this vow that he will not go and beg for food and something to eat. He was in this Vrindavan Dham, Govardhan only. And there he was sitting on nearby tree to take rest. And at that time, one of the boy, he came with a pot of milk and he said, oh, Baba, I know you have been fasting, and in my village, nobody fasts. So here is the pot of milk, you drink. So Madhavendra Puri said, how do you know that I have been fasting? So he said, all the gopis, they used to come to fetch water, and they told me that there is one Baba and he's not eating or drinking anything. So they told me to give you this pot of milk. So don't worry, you take this, you drink nicely. I will come later to collect the pot. Madhavendra Puri was very happy. He was very captivated by the sweet voice and the sweet looks of that boy. And he waited for a long time for him to return. But we know he was none other than Krishna, and he never returned. Madhavendra Puri grew very anxious. The whole night he was not able to sleep because he was so much captivated by the beauty, by the charm of that boy. And that night, when he got dozed off, that boy again appeared in his dream, and he told that I am Govinda, right? I am Gopal, and I am the one who is residing in the bush, and I'm suffering from lot of cold rain, showers, wind, scorching heat. So my name is Gopal, and I am that lifter of Govardhan Hill. So Shri Gopala Namamora Govardhana Dhari Vrajera Sthapita Ami Aha Adhikari. So he says that I am that Gopal, I am in the form of Govardhan Dhari, but I am there in that bush. I am residing in that bush because when the attack happened, Muslims, when they attacked, so the priest who was serving me, he hid me in the bush in the jungle. And since then, and he ran out of fear. The priest ran out of fear of that attack, and I'm still residing in that bush and I'm suffering like anything. So you please help me and dig that place. You will find me, and you please take me out and build a nice temple for me, perform lot of abhishek for me, and offer some food items to me. So this way, Madhavendra Puri saw a dream, and as soon as he woke up, he was crying profusely that actually it was Krishna himself who came with the pot of milk. But then he came to his consciousness and he said, I want to go to that place. So in the search of Gopal, he called out all the villagers, and that village is Anur village only. So all the villagers of Anur village only, they came along with Madhavendra Puri, and Madhavendra Puri brought them to that bush, that area where the deity of Gopal was hidden. And then after that, he went to this, it is just behind Sankarshan Kund. That place is just behind Sankarshan Kund. And finally, he got that Gopal deity, and that big temple was constructed on top of Giriraj Govardhan. So all the Vrajvasis can go, but we don't have adhikar. Even when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he had this desire to see that Gopal deity, but he was not able to see. He said, no, I don't have adhikar to walk on Govardhan. And finally, Gopal came down. There's a beautiful pastime in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So anyways, this is the Gopal Prakatasthali behind Sankarshan Kund, where the Gopal deity appeared. And finally, the deity was installed on the hilltop. And that place is also known as Shringar Sthali, because that's the place where Madhavendra Puri arranged for the big Abhishek ceremony. Pots and pots of milk were brought, yogurt, honey, everything was brought. The Panchamrit was brought, and Gopal deity was bathed, and lot of food offerings were also brought by all the villagers of that Anur village. And later, that deity was moved to Nathdwar in Rajasthan. So now when you go, you can see only the temple. There is no deity inside. Okay, but we bow down from down only. We don't go up on Govardhan. From down only, we pay our obeisances, because that deity is now moved to Nathdwar in Rajasthan. And of course, he is famous as Srinathji. So that Gopal deity is that Srinathji who is there in Rajasthan. Okay, so this is the Gopal Prakatasthali. It is behind Sankarshan Kund. Then this is the Srinath Mandir. It is on the top of Govardhan. So we don't go. You can see from a far distance. We don't go on this. We don't go inside the temple. We cannot go to the temple itself because it is on Govardhan. After that, we come to Govind Kund. Okay, so Govind Kund, of course, we know that how Krishna, it's actually 4 meters ahead. You just from Sankarshan Kund and Gopal Prakatasthali, Around 400 meters you walk, then you'll come to this place, Govindkund, where Indra, we know that how Indra bathed Krishna after this Govardhan Leela. He bathed Krishna with milk, water, tulsi manjari, lotus flowers. And then Krishna sat down on Govardhan Hill and Indra bathed through his elephant, Airavat, was showering lot of water. So this is how, and also Indra gave the name Govinda. So this is the place where Indra gave Krishna the name Govinda. Vinda means the pleasure giving to cows. Go means cows. Go means senses. Go means Goswamis. Go means Gopas. Go means Gopis. So he gave pleasure to everybody. So he was given the name Govinda. And Indra came with Surabhi. Now Surabhi also bathed Krishna, okay, with her milk from her udders. But that Surabhi Kund is, that we will come later. Okay, we'll come to Surabhi Kund later. But right now we have this Govind Kund, and it's a very beautiful place. And Govind Kund, on the side only, there is Bhajan Kutir of Madhavendra Puri. So before that, I'll just tell you this Govind Kund, at night it looks like this. And the Vrajavasi says that on Purnima night, because Krishna was bathed with all the Panchamrit, where the milk quantity was more. So on Purnima day, till today, this Govind Kund at night time, midnight time, it looks as white as milk. So it's not that the waters turn to milk, but it looks pure white on the Purnima night till today. And it looks like as if this entire kund is filled with milk. And it is very, very auspicious. We should, when we go there, actually, when we went, externally, if you go, you will see all the algae on Govind Kund, but that is our material conditioned vision, our seeing. Like, we should not see all that impurities in all these kundas, but we should hear about their potency. So we were hesitating to drink water from Govind Kund, but suddenly it's like 4 or 5 steps down you have to go, then you can take water. So we were hesitating because, first of all, we cannot go in the center, we cannot go that deep. So the corners only we have to take. So like, we were in the yatra, and His Holiness Radharaman Maharaj was giving the class in this place, Govind Kund. So we reached little late because we were late in that yatra. We were not able to catch up with the speed of those who are walking very fast. So we reached little late, where the class was almost over and the kirtan was going on. So we friends, we thought that, okay, let's go to Govind Kund. We went 4 or 5 steps down, and we were hesitating to drink water from that place. And then suddenly there was a Rajvasi Baba, and he said, "Ghabarao nahi, isko aankhon se mat dekho, is pani ko. Ye pani bahut shuddh hai, ye doodh ki tarah hai." Like this, he was glorifying Govind Kund, and he said, "You should drink it." And then we also thought, okay, now Rajvasi is saying, so we should at least pay attention to him. And then we took some water, we drank it, and we sprinkled it on our head. And just next to Govind Kund only, means there only, in Govind Kund itself, there is a Bhajan Kutir of Madhavendra Puri. So Madhavendra Puri it's a very beautiful place and very silent place. And inside also you go, it's a very cool, even though it's hot outside, when you go inside, you feel lot of cooling effect in that kutir. It's a very blissful experience. At least I felt it very nice. We chanted few rounds in Madhavendra Puri's Bhajan Kutir. We got this opportunity. And this is the place where Madhavendra Puri, he performed his bhajan. And this is the place where the boy came, handed over the milk to him, and told him that I am behind that bush, which is behind, I'm in that bush hidden in that bush which is behind Sankarshan Kund. So you take me out from there. So Madhavendra Puri from here walked to Sankarshan Kund, collected all the villagers from that Anior village, and finally he excavated this Gopal deity and built a very beautiful temple on Sheikh Govardhan. So this is the place, this is the Bhajan Kutir where Madhavendra Puri used to perform his bhajan. And just here on the left-hand side is, you go a few steps down, you'll find a Govind Kund. And it's a very beautiful kund. And in front of Madhavendra Puri, Bhajan Kutir, there is a very beautiful temple also of Lord Shri Krishna. Very, very beautiful. I don't have the pictures, unfortunately, but here it is, the Bhajan Kutir of Shri Madhavendra Puri. So what we will do is, again, we will stop here. It's already 15 minutes extra, almost 12 minutes extra. So we will spend some time here, entire week rather, in this Bhajan Kutir of Shripad Madhavendra Puri. We'll chant, we'll meditate on the glories of Shri Madhavendra Puri, on the glories of Govind Kund, on the glories of Lord Shri Krishna. And next week, we'll move forward. Okay. And probably by next week, we will try to finish the entire yatra. So actually, when you do Viraj Govardhan Parikrama, so before you take a U-turn, okay, from Puchdi Kilota, so before you take a U-turn, you come half the way, midway, there are a lot of places and we have seen. But on the way back, there are only 2 or 3 kundas and 2 and 3 places. Not much is there on the way back. Okay, so that we will cover up easily next class. So here we will take a break. We'll stop here at the Bhajan Kutir of Shripad Madhavendra Puri. So we'll stop here. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your association. And let's see if we have any quick questions or comments. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Giriraj Govardhan Parikrama ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much for taking us around the Giriraj Govardhan. You took us to Mansi Ganga, Mukharvind temple, Haridev temple, Brahmakund. Then you took us to, what is this? Dhan Ghat and Aniyor. Dangati. Yeah, and then Aniyor, then you have taken us to Sankarshan Kund, then you have taken us to Gauri Kund, then Gopal Prakat Sthali, then Srinath Mandir, then Govind Kund, and then at last Madhavendra Puri Bhajan Sthali. Thank you, Mataji. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Very helpful.
Hare Krishna.
Dear devotees, if you have any questions or realizations, please go ahead and ask Mataji.
Yes, Preeti Vilasni Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for the very, very wonderful class. It was so nice as you were talking about each of these different places. Thank you for sharing your personal experiences. The power of spiritual desires never go in vain in Vrindavan, even if it is the smallest of all desires. It's very potent. It is immediately sanctioned in the Dham. So beautiful, Mataji, your stories were. And somehow I was also thinking how nicely the Brajavasis can read our mind and speak out or give instruction, give or provide us with the right consciousness, provide favors. So nice, Mataji. This entire session was. I did have a question about Manasi Ganga. So first you spoke about the story of Vatsasur, and then you spoke about the story of Garuda taking a snake. And then of course later we also know that after the Arishtasur pastime, the gopis tried to fill their kund with Mansi Ganga water. So which of these episodes actually? How do we understand these episodes in order? So was it first killing of Vatsasur and then like that?
Actually, it's by Vatsasur only. It's by Vatsasur only that Krishna manifested Manasi Ganga.
So when Krishna manifested...
But when Nanda Maharaj, when they heard the glories of Ganga, they decided to go. So Krishna said, no need to go and leave Vrindavan. Ganga is already there in Vrindavan. So he brought on the shores of Manasi Ganga and he told Nand Baba that this is Manasi Ganga and you should take bath in this Ganga. So at that time, Manasi Ganga was already manifested.
Okay, and it was manifested for the sake of killing of Vatsasur.
That's a yes.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much.
And then this boat pastime also happened with Radharani and all the gopis.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you. Every day there's so much to learn. Vrindavan is like it is a big collection of gems. There is so much facets to each gem. And so nicely you're explaining, Mataji. Thank you so much. Haribo.
Yes, Vasundhara Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. First of all, thank you so much. I was able to visualize when you were explaining the pastimes, Mataji. Grateful to you. Mataji, couple of questions, and if you feel it weird or silly, you can ignore Mataji. Um, like, Manasi Ganga was manifested by Krishna. Radha Kund, Sham Kund, we understand again manifestation by Krishna, and hence there have been the water bodies there. Now, you spoke about Narad Kund, Brahma Kund, and Sankarshna Kund, right, Mataji? So, is it that the kunds were already existing there, and because of the pastime, like Narada Muni wrote the scriptures there, and hence that kund was named after him? Or is
Yes,
it
Kund
something
was
else,
made
Mataji?
after him. No, the Kund was made after him.
Oh, okay. So it is not the manifestation by Narada Muni. It was like the kund was
No, it was the
established or
manifest. Yeah, means don't think that it was that water body was already there.
okay,
It
okay.
manifested at that time, like Brahma Kund, right? When he bathed
Huh,
Lord Shri Krishna, so he collected
huh.
that water. And that water is collected in Brahma Kund, which is known as Brahma.
Acha, acha, acha. Okay, okay. Perfect, Mataji. Thank you so much. This was always kind of, kind of how do we understand this manifestation? Because Manasi Ganga, it's very clear. Radha Kund is very clear. Shama Kund is very clear. How come all other pastimes we see only so many kunds? So that means the place was already existing with so many kunds and then the names later. Now you made it very clear. It's after the pastime the kunds were manifested or water bodies were established. What did you say, Mataji?
Like it was manifested at that time only, like
By
Shama
the
Kund,
oh
by the
ah
personality, like Krishna himself,
it's
he
Sham Kund and Radha Kund fine, Mataji. Like Narada Kund and Brahma Kund you clarified.
Hmm. Similarly, for Narad Kund also, uh,
Huh.
it like there is no specification, but it has been explained that there was a forest only at that time where Narad Muni was
Right.
meditating. But he had this
Huh.
desire to participate. And that time,
Right.
Vrinda Devi came and told that you should take bath in Kusum Sarovar. So
Hmm.
there, Narad Muni, because he was staying there, so every day he has to
Okay.
take bath. Every day he has
Right.
to take his morning bath. So there, with his power only, he manifested a kund there because he was meditating on that kund, near that kund.
Oh.
That
Oh.
kund
Okay.
is known
Okay.
as Narad Kund. Right. But later, Vrinda Devi
Got it.
told that if you want to participate in Rasa dance, you go and take dip in Kusum Sarovar. There he dipped and he
Hmm.
came out as a gopi.
Hmm.
So Narada, because he was meditating with his power of meditation only, he manifested the kund there to take care of his daily
Hmm.
needs. And that
Excellent.
kund is today
Excellent,
known as
Mataji.
Narad. If you go to Narad Kund, there is a very beautiful saying also in Braj. In Brajavasis, they
Huh.
go, they say that once Rahu came.
Okay.
So Rahu came and he took blessings from Narad Muni. So Narad Muni told
Hmm.
Rahu that from here onwards, whosoever will take bath in my kund, you should leave that person's astrological chart.
Very
So
bold.
that anyone who takes bath in Narad Kund, in their chart,
Hmm.
there is no ill effect of Rahu. People will see, the
Understood.
astrologer will see that you are in Rahu Mahadasha or whatever, but the effect of Rahu will not be there provided you have gone to Narad Kund and taken dip in that Narad.
Hari
This
bol,
is how
hari
the
bol.
Rajvanshi says. That
So
if you
nice,
want
so
to
nice,
get
Mataji.
nullified from that Rahu dosh, then you should go and
Huh.
take dip in Narad Kund.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. And a couple of questions on the parikrama itself. You told the other day also, like till village Aniyor is what the internal parikrama stops, ends, because the Govardhana starts. So we are not supposed to step on Govardhana. So we need to detour, come to the external parikrama mark. Is that my understanding right, Mataji?
Yeah,
Now,
yeah,
I had a question. Haridev Mandir is again a detour to the Govardhan Parikrama, or
no, no, no.
is it
No,
falling in
it's
the
on the way.
Govardhan Parikrama?
Yeah, it's on the way only.
So if one takes the external parikrama mark, they can see all the temples. There is nothing like they need to go to
Yeah.
left, go to some other
No, no,
streets
no.
and all that stuff.
All these
Absolutely
temples
nothing.
that I have all these temples that I have covering, they are in the internal parikrama only.
Oh, internal money, you come out and then visit and get into the internal parikrama.
No,
That's
they
what you
are in
said
the
last time.
internal parikrama only. They are in the parikrama marg only. All these temples, all these places that we are covering, they are in the parikrama marg only.
Internal parikrama marg only?
Yes, internal parikrama marg only.
Arey
For
wow.
outer marg, you will miss all these temples.
Oh, so you suggest we take the internal parikrama mark
Uh,
till village
we should take
Annur
Aniyor. Then take a little
and
detour
then come
because
out.
after Aniyor, after Govindkund and
Huh,
Madhavendrapuri, there is nothing. There is one
huh,
Narsimha temple, and then there is a
huh.
Puchrika Lota. It's halfway.
Oh, Puchri ka lota, that's a 50% of the parikrama.
50%. It has been said that if you have covered till Puchrika Lota,
Hmm.
that means you have covered the entire Govardhan Parikrama.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
And you didn't explain about Puchri ka lota as of
No,
now,
no,
right,
we
Mataji?
haven't
You'll
come
be
because
letting know next week.
we are right now only at Govind Kund, and from Govind Kund, we'll see other two kundas, Apsara Kund, Naval Kund, Narsimha Temple, and then
Very
we will take a U-turn and then come to Pushpika Lota, Uddhav Kund,
excellent.
and that will come on the way
Excellent.
back.
Excellent. Last one question, Mataji, if you don't mind. You
Hmm.
spoke about Dan Keli pastime.
Komadi, Danakeli
There
Komadi.
is one more Dan Keli pastime near Barsana, right, Mataji? I
That
mean,
is
you
Sankhari
come here,
Khor,
you go
yeah,
to the.
Sankhari Khor. Sankhari Khor,
That's
there
also.
is, that is also there.
There also Krishna collects taxes as a tax collector. He puts the vesh of collector.
Uh,
There is also a
Yes.
very narrow mark before
Very
Mayur.
narrow. It's the
Right,
place itself
Mataji?
is known as Sankari
Very
Fort.
narrow. Okay,
Hmm.
but that is also very similar pastime, right, Mataji?
Very similar
My
this time.
understanding is
Yes.
right. So this
Yes.
Dan
Yes.
Gati is different and that Dan Keli is different,
And
right,
that is
Mataji?
Sankari Core. Yeah, that's Sankari Core
Sankriti.
and this Sankari. Sankari. Sankari means very narrow path. So when you do
Oh.
Barsana Parikrama, there is a
Hmm.
Barsana Parikrama. It is explained that
Hmm.
7 Govardhan Parikrama is equal to 1 Barsana Parikrama.
Haribo.
It's a very small,
Okay.
it's a very small parikrama, but still the
Ah.
potency is so much. It has been explained that 7 Govardhan parikrama is equal to 1 Barsana parikrama. And there you go when you cross, when you go on that parikrama
Hmm.
marg of Barsana, you come to that place
Okay.
Sankri. And till today,
Hmm.
means I
Hmm.
2 years, 3 years back,
Hmm.
till today it is very narrow path. It's very difficult to cross over. Very, very difficult.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Like you
Okay.
have to be on the top of that small, small hills, and then there is only one person can cross at a time. It's not that you
Hmm.
can, or 3 people can cross. Only one person can go at a time. And when we did Barsana,
Understood.
it was already night time. So it was so hard. We were totally on our
Hmm.
phone batteries and we were using it. And
Oh. Okay. So when you did the parikrama of Govardhan, visited Barsana, etc., you stayed near Govardhan in Gaudiya Mata, or you moved to Vrindavan to do the? I mean, you stayed in Vrindavan and did all this parikrama, including Barsana, etc.,
No,
or
no,
you
no.
stayed
That
near
was only
Govardhan,
that
Mataji?
was only Govardhan Parikrama. But when
Ah.
we did this Barsana, that time I was with Yatra, with His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj. Every year during the Kartik, he used to
Oh.
take Charasi Kos Yatra.
Oh, so you
Um,
did only this portion of Govardhana Parikrama in this particular yatra. That's what you did it when you came to
no,
this on your with your family friends. You did only
yeah,
Govardhana
that
Parikrama.
time we did only Govardhan Parikrama.
How many days, Mataji, then you stayed for completing this Govardhana Parikrama then?
Govardhan Parikrama does only one day.
Oh,
One day
okay.
only complete that Govardhan Parikrama, but then you can stay
Hmm.
there for few days and you can do Vrindavan Parikrama, Saptadevalya Parikrama. A lot
Oh,
to do.
I suppose you're going to explain Sabdevalaya Parikrama and all later. You're covering, right,
No, no, no,
Mataji?
no, no. I'm not covering. I'm just covering Govardhan Parikrama. Saptadevalya is the seven Goswamis temple. That is in Vrindavan.
Oh, that is near Radha Kund. Radha
No,
Kund,
no,
there
no, no. That
are
is
some
in
bhajan
Vrindavan.
kutirs.
That is in
Oh, those
Vrindavan.
seven
Madan
Goswami
Mohan,
temples. Okay.
seven Goswamis, the Madan Mohan,
Madan Mohan,
Yamuna
Vallabha
Devi,
temple, Radha Vallabha, Radha Damodar. Got it, got it. Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you so much. It was really like, I've been there, but still, when you are explaining, I'm trying to connect dots and I'm trying to visualize. I missed so much, is what I can say. So much I missed. I'm grateful to you again, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Dandavats.
Yes, Sunil Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji Janathanam. Thank you so much, a wonderful Parikrama. Mataji, as you said, the glories of Ganga Devi, I also heard that when we bath in Ganga, in Navadip especially, our sinful proclivity is destroyed. Out of Navadip, when we bath, the sinful reactions will nullified, but in Navadip, the sinful proclivity, the desire to commit sin is gone. And even if we see Ganga, gaze at Ganga, that's it. We get the love of God. But Mataji, why is that so that like they're not getting it actually? I gazed in Navadip so many times, Ganga, but and even wait.
Yeah. So what is happening is, don't think that it's an exaggeration. Okay? Don't think that the glories of Ganga Devi, glories of holy name, it's just mere exaggeration. Okay, it's an offense. It's a fifth offense or sixth offense that we chant every day. That it's an offense to consider the glories of holy name or glories of these dham as exaggeration. Now, your question is why it is not happening. Actually, it has started, right? Parikar, you know what is Parikar?
No,
When,
Mataji.
when you do a marathon, you run a race, 100-meter race or 200-meter race, or you are running for a marathon, you tie something on your waist, right? That is known as Parikar. So
Okay.
when you hear the glories, like it is being said that Parikar Bandhana, you understand Hindi, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji, Hindi आता है.
Hindi aata hai. So Parikar Bandhana means you are ready, you are on set, you are ready to go, you are ready to run. So that is what is Parikar Bandhana, means you have tied it and you have accepted the challenge and now you are in that race. Similarly, all these glories that we hear from the scriptures of holy name, of Ganga Devi, of Yamuna Devi, that person is liberated or the sinful reactions are nullified. It is like Parikar Bandhana, means you have already started the journey. It has not manifested in your life right now, but you are already on the journey. Like the classic example, if I say, if somebody says that I'm going to New York, right? And if I'm taking a flight to New York, and then somebody comes to my home and they ask, where is Mataji? So naturally, my family members will say that she has gone to New York. Now, have I really gone to New York? No, I may
No, to the
be
airport.
in the taxi or somewhere waiting at the airport or ready to board a flight for New York, but I've yet not reached New York. But the family members will say that she has gone to New York. Right? Similarly, all the glories that are there in the scriptures, they describe the ultimate destination, that you will be liberated. Your sinful reactions will be nullified. right? But it has happened or not, it takes time. There is a difference between the final result and the ongoing process. So right now we are on the ongoing process. So whatever prarabdha we have, that has already there. That prarabdha have already there when this sharir, when this body was made. Prarabdha were written. So that prarabdha we have to bear no matter what. The intensity may come down because of devotional service, but the things will happen. Like Prabhupada, when he used to cut something and somehow if his finger gets cut, he used to say that actually my head was supposed to be severed, but Krishna is kind enough that I got only a finger cut. Right? So this is how the intensity reduces, but prarabdha we have to bear. So ultimately, when we start these devotional practices, the final destination will happen, but it will happen on its own time. So we should have faith in the scriptures. We should have faith in the words of Srila Guru and Srila Prabhupada, that these things that are mentioned in the scriptures, they are not exaggeration. They are not arthavad. They will manifest when the time comes. So this is how we have to understand the glories of all these things. Hope it helps.
Thank
Prabhu.
you so much, Mataji. Yes, Mataji, so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, anything else? Yes, Sudhakar Prabhu.
Mataji, you are saying about soft sand, is it Raman Reti or it is a different place?
Raman Reti is different, but this is a stretch after that, and before Aniyur. Before Aniyur. From Dalghati, you go towards Aniyur. There is a stretch where Govardhan is right on your side, and you see Govardhan, and it's a very soft sand. Raman Reti is also a place where the sand is very soft. There also people go, they roll in that place. That is a different place.
Okay, okay. Okay. I've been to Raman Reti. That's why I remember. Is it that place? Of course, I've not done the Govardhan Parikrama. Now, when I'm listening to you, I went there, but I told you I was not well and I could not do complete journey. And of course, I went there without the preparation. Preparation means like hearing the significance before. Now, if I'm now after listening to this kind of a significance, if you travel, it makes a significant difference. This is what my feeling is.
Yeah, of
So,
course.
we just go there and we took some Prabhu. And on that day, when the Marquis just explains, many things that does not, stick into the mind. It just goes off the head. This is a lesson learned for me. At least maybe next time,
Yes,
this one will help me.
Everyday journey, every day some new lessons, some new learnings. And this is the main temples that we are covering. There are very small temples nearby where you can go, you can visit, you can hear the glories. So again, the best of all the holy places you go, the best thing is when you hear from some sadhu, when you hear the glories from those sadhus. That's the best thing. Going to the temple, doing parikrama, bathing in all these kundas, bathing in Yamuna, Ganga, that is all okay. But the best is when you hear the glories of Dham from some sadhus. So when you do this Govardhan Parikrama or any Parikrama, even Vrindavan Parikrama, even Varsana Parikrama or Saptadevalya Parikrama, you go and you hear from those Rajvasis who are serving in those temples. Then you get to hear so much about Vrindavan, so many glories about Vrindavan. That makes altogether a huge. Yeah, thank you. Okay, dear devotees, it's already half an hour. I believe Preeti Vilasni Mataji, you don't have any question. Your hand is still raised.
My hand is raised.
Your hand is raised to give me blessings?
No. To
No?
receive the mercy that you're giving.
No, your hand is raised to give me blessing. Thank you
At
so
the end,
much.
and then Mataji, may I add little realization here?
Of course, Prabhu. Of course, please go ahead.
I have done this parikrama of
Right.
Govardhanji, and the second time I did the outer one with my mother in the
Hmm.
vehicle like that. But today I feel that I have really done it properly with your satsang here, and I feel so fortunate that you've taken me from the most sinful place in this earth called Las Vegas to to
No,
Govardhan,
Prabhu.
which is
Now you cannot say that Las Vegas is sinful. No, not at all. When a devotee like you is residing there every day reading Bhagavatam, it's none other than Vrindavan. Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthi, right?
But anyway, this was this very transcendental experience I felt, Mataji, and I just wanted to thank you for that. Haribol.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you. If my session makes a little bit difference in all of your hearts, then that's the perfection of these sessions. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for your association.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Sindhu Mataji.
Thank you so much. Like all the other devotees here, I don't know, it is a different feeling. I haven't been to Govardhan, but it was almost like being in Govardhan, It is, especially the Katha, like all the other devotees said, the way you narrate those pastimes, it's very, 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 very heart touching, right? Through the years, from your heart, it came through your mouth, went into our ears, and went into our heart. So it is very, very beautiful, very, very beautiful narration. So that next time, whenever God willing, I go, I will be able to relish it much better and be able to. Hopefully, I can remember. And that also Krishna was to remember. But it was very beautiful, Mataji. Very, very beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing this, and and your presentation is excellent, excellent presentation. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Okay, dear devotees, on that note, we will stop here at Madhavendra Puri's Bhajan Kutir. Entire week, we can perform our bhajan very nicely, and then we'll move ahead on this Govardhan Parikrama. So thank you so much. Let's pay our obeisances. Swancha kalpatarupishcha kripa sindhu.
Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद जय, श्री गिरिराज की जय, श्री गिरिराज गोवर्धन परिक्रमा की जय,
HG Kirtida Sundari माता जी की जय।
जय। Thank you, Mataji. Radhe Radhe.